Ngithanda ukuhlonipha imuli yakho Mpabanga and the First Lady in absentia, MNANGAGWA, the Honorable Vice President and Second Secretary of ZANU-PF, Honorable General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga and Amai Chiwenga, the Honorable Vice President and Second Secretary of ZANU-PF, Honorable Colonel Retired Dr. K.C.D. Mohadi, the National Chairman of ZANU-PF and the Minister of Defense, Honorable OCZ Nchinguri Kashiri, and Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers who are here, the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Advocate J.F. Mudenda, the President of the Senate, Amai M.M. Chinomona, the Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Luke Malawa, President of the National Chiefs Council, Honorable Senator Mchana Kumalo, Politburo and Central Committee members who are here, the Chief Secretary to the President Cabinet, Dr. Martin Rushwaya, Chairman of the Public Service Commission, Dr. Vincent Ungwe, Commander Zimbabwe Defense Forces, General E. Matatu, Service Chiefs who are here, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Mayor of the City of Harare, His Worship Councillor J. Mafume, veterans of the liberation struggle who are here, senior government officials, ladies and gentlemen, comrades, and friends, and fellow brothers. We gather here again at this sacred national heroes Acre to lay to rest Brigadier General Retired Samuel Mpabanga, who was known MPini as Comrade Moffat Nkomo. He passed on 9 February 2026 at the Gwanda Provincial Hospital at the age of 69. A gallant son of Zimbabwe, a distinguished patriot, and dedicated revolutionary, he played his indelible part towards the liberation of our beloved great motherland, Zimbabwe. After independence, you served within the Zimbabwe Defense Forces with courage, integrity, and distinction, always putting our country above his self-interest. His leadership, commitment, and adaptability inspired many. We befittingly interred him at this revered national shrine alongside many luminaries of our nation, our founding fathers, commanders of the liberation struggle, brave freedom fighters, and others who contributed to the development of our country in post-independent Zimbabwe. On behalf of our revolutionary mass partisan PF, the government of Zimbabwe, my family, and indeed on my own behalf, I wish to convey heartfelt condolences to his wife, the children, and the Mpabanga family at large. The nation mourns with you over this third loss. May you continue to draw solace and comfort from the knowledge that our departed general was a true patriot whose life sets an undisputable example of consistency, persistency, sacrifice, and service to Zimbabwe. His contributions to our nation's independence, security architecture, peace, and development will never be forgotten. May his soul rest in peace. My dear comrades, friends, and countrymen and women, the late Brigadier General retired Mpabanga was born in Gwanda, Matabeleland, South Province, in 1956, and grew up against a background of increasing colonial supremacy on one hand, and the rapid decolonization of Africa on the other. Discriminatory legislation such as the Land Apportionment Act of the early 1930s and the Native Land Husbandry Act, enacted in 1950 and 51, had seen mass evictions of Africans from their birthlands. This resulted in the creation of the so-called native reserves, along with other measures advancing political and socio-economic discrimination in our motherland. Late national hero was only 9 years old, doing primary education at Mapate Primary School, when the racist Ian Smith-led government, without shame, unilaterally declared independence in 1965. After completing his junior secondary education at Brig-Gen Primary School, he proceeded for secondary education at Manama Mission from 1971, 1972, and Matobo Secondary School from 1973 to 1974. Many schools of yesteryear, like those attended by our heroes throughout the country, were the hotbeds of political education and awakening which so many young people make the crucial decision to fight for the liberation, the freedom and independence of our country, Zimbabwe. Such was the centrality of schools as mobilization grounds towards our liberation war efforts. At the present time, there is a new kind of revolution one that is driven by science, by technology, and digitization and innovation. Education institutions must rise to the occasion and produce young people that can effectively drive the development, prosperity, and growth of our nation. I further challenge the sector, along with the youth and the learners at every level, to be inspired by our rich liberation war history and leverage on our heritage-based education 5.0. You should be the new heroes who propel a knowledge-driven economy and count on new technologies for the industrialization and modernization of our nation beyond Vision 2030. My dear fellow mourners, against the main challenges and dangers associated with joining the liberation armed struggle, our late national hero crossed the border via Botswana to join the liberation armed struggle under ZIPRA in 1977. Following perilous journey, which included imprisonment at Selive Peak prison, he was airlifted to Nampundwe camp in Zambia. After undergoing training at Mulungushi camp, the late Comrade Mofan Komo, along with other trainees, left Zambia for further military training at Odessa in the then USSR until 1979. Upon his return from Russia, he was appointed instructor at Solwezi and later deployed with other ZIPRA cadres to Siavonga along the Zambezi River. He held the appointment of military commissar until he was attested into the Zimbabwe National Army in 1980. My dear comrades, we have a rich and diverse culture, as well as an intricately woven history. These, along with the regional and international solidarity we enjoyed during the liberation struggle, together with our country's experiences under heinous Western sanctions, inform our national character and shape our values and beliefs today. As the people of Zimbabwe, we know the strength of our unity, the pain of war, and the power of resilience. The story of our forefathers under colonialism, culminating in the armed liberation struggle, must be told in its entirety from the narratives of all participating voices. The unitary and indivisibility of our state must be jealously be defended. Likewise, our development, industrialization, modernization, and prosperity should continue to be all-encompassed and encompassing. No person, place, or region must be left behind. It is in this spirit that the Second Republic under ZANU-PF is accelerating the devolution and decentralization agenda. Our departed national hero has passed on at a time when preparations for the hosting of this year's Independence Day celebrations in his home province of Matabeleland, South Province, are at an advanced stage. In addition, progress is ongoing in various districts of the province to improve road infrastructure, water availability, agriculture productivity, and energy access. To improve access to training and skills development for the youth and women, the construction of a vocational training center at Matobo district has commenced. The Second Republic is scaling up policies and programs that will see the full realization of the aspirations that inspired many of the sons and daughters of Zimbabwe to wage the protracted war of liberation. National unity, national peace and development, and social cohesion remain at the core of all activities of our government. Similarly, the solidarity and support that helped us in our war for independence and endure the years under sanctions inform our choices today. We remain forever an independent, free and sovereign people, a friend to all and an enemy to none, driven by our national interests alone. Zimbabwe is internally grateful to our friends and allies who stood by us. We share our vision of a just and equitable world and will continue to build bridges, not walls, as we work within the Committee of Nations towards global peace, security, and shared development for all. This is the long-standing spirit and ethos that sustained liberation war fighters, such as our national hero, the late retired Brig-Gen Mpabanga. You served our country in the military with diligence and utmost professionalism. He had a traceable and illustrious career in the Zimbabwean Defense Forces, systematically undertaking military career courses in accordance with his rank. An outstanding general officer, he was awarded medals which include the Liberation Medal, Independence of Zimbabwe Medal, 10 years Service Medal, Long and Exemplary Service Medal, Mozambique Campaign Medal, DRC Campaign Medal, Grand Officer of the Zimbabwe Order of Merit Award. The late retired Brig-Gen Mpabanga never sought preference or special recognition and dutifully performed in appointed designations without grumbling or bickering always remaining loyal, trustworthy, and reliable. He never exhibited a sense of entitlement or an attitude of superiority. He was a humble officer and a son of Zimbabwe. These are the character traits demanded of the current and the future crop of leaders in public service, as well as in the security sector. In my capacity as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwean Forces, I promoted our late national hero to the rank of Brigadier General upon his retirement in August 2022. He remained unquestionably loyal, patriotic, disciplined, and dedicated to serving our motherland until his demise. His legacy is a shining example to future generations of the power of courage, conviction, and a selfless patriotism. I call upon Zimbabweans from across the political divide, and the younger generation in particular, to draw life lessons from these departed heroes of our nation. Let us always remain true to ourselves as Zimbabweans, our identity, and the right to chart our own destiny and future as the times demand. We are a sovereign people and should never revoke this absolute right to please illusionary entities or cyber societies. We say no to such trends. Zimbabwe is an independent country. We shall do that which is right and necessary for us, so that our people can enjoy a higher quality of life and well-being. Nyika Igotomba Igonamatirwa. Hallelujah. My fellow mourners, as we lay to rest our national hero, the late retired Brigadier General Mpabanga, I say to him, you fought a good fight. You ran a good race, and you saved your beloved motherland Zimbabwe with exemplary devotion. Abakahle mntana wenhlabathi, lala ngokuthula qawe lamaqhawe, famba zvakanaka mwana wevhu, zora murugare gamba redu. Go well, son of the soil, may your soul rest in eternal peace. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Hands up! Fire! Up! 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 Fire! Up! 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 Fire! Hello! Up! 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 Get up! 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 Right now, salute! Preside! And up! Up! Up!